G'day fellow travellers and welcome to my Greek Odyssey. From ancient cities and alpine villages to island sunsets and the bluest of blue seas. I could have spent months exploring Greece and this trip did feel like a bit of a whirlwind, but if it's all the time you've got, then it's easily manageable. Whether you're planning your own trip or just dreaming of one, here's everything I saw, loved and recommend. Come with me as I explore the heart of Greece, one unforgettable stop at a time. My journey begins in Athens, a city laid with more than 3,000 years of history. This is where democracy was born, where Socrates debated, and where ancient ruins stand shoulder to shoulder with modern cafes. Now I only spend one night here now, then I come back for another night before heading island hopping, then another 2 nights at the end. It feels a little bit disjointed, but it does work, trust me. For my first small taste of Athens, I stayed east of the Acropolis, exploring the Panathenaic Stadium, made completely of marble and the site of the first modern Olympic Games. Then past the Temple of Zeus and the Arch of Hadrian to the Plaka, the old town beneath the ruins of the Acropolis. Head to a rooftop bar for sunset and watch the sky glow gold behind the Acropolis. The next day, on our way north, we stop at Delphi, once believed to be the centre of the world. People from across the Greek world came here to consult the Oracle of Apollo. Now, its ruins, the Temple of Apollo, the ancient theatre, and treasuries sit dramatically on the slopes of Mount Parnassus. The museum houses treasures like the Charioteer of Delphi, a bronze masterpiece from 470 BC. Wear good shoes, the ruins are laid on a hill, but the views are worth every step. After Delphi, we head to Nafpaktos, a charming and underrated seaside town with medieval walls and a tiny Venetian harbour. Walk along the promenade, visit the castle of Nafpaktos on the hill, and look out over the gulf where the Battle of Lepanto took place in 1571. This is one of Greece's hidden gems, perfect for an evening stroll and a seafood dinner with a beautiful sunset backdrop. Our next stop is Ioannina, a lakeside city rich in multicultural history. Surrounded by mountains, it was once a hub for Greek, Jewish and Ottoman cultures. Visit the Fethei Mosque, Ali Pasha's tomb and the old fortress, one of the oldest Byzantine castles in Greece. Take a boat ride across Lake Pamvotida to a tiny inhabited island with historic monasteries. Ioannina is also known as the home of baklava, so make sure you get your fill of this traditional Greek dessert while you're here. The next day, stop off at Metsovo, a traditional alpine village built into the mountainside. It's famous for its stone houses, Metsovo cheese, and winemaking traditions. The Avarov Art Gallery and the Tositsa Mansion Museum give a taste of aristocratic mountain life. Pick up some handmade wood carvings while you're here, which are a Metsovo specialty. After Metsovo, it's off to Thessaloniki, Greece's second city, rich in Roman, Byzantine and Ottoman history. Wander Acropolis, the Old Town, climb the White Tower and visit the Rotunda and Arch of Galerius, reminders of its Roman past. While the city is named after his sister, the statue of Alexander the Great signifies the city's connection with his kingdom and his legacy. Thessaloniki is a city of festivals, food and sea views. From city life to the skies, welcome to Meteora. These towering rock formations host ancient monasteries built by monks seeking solitude in the 14th century. There are several monasteries you can visit. I recommend booking ahead to ensure you can actually get in and get a tour. As the monasteries are actually working, they aren't all open to the public or open all the time. For the movie buffs watching, the Monasteries of Meteora featured in the 1981 James Bond film For Your Eyes Only. The town of Kolombaka sits at the bottom of the peaks, and while the town itself is uninspiring, it's the most convenient place to stay to visit Meteora. On our way back to Athens, I made a quick stop at Thermopylae, where Leonidas and the 300 Spartans made their legendary stand against Xerxes' Persian army in 480 BC.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! This is where they die!
Okay, so it looks nothing like in the movie and there's actually not much to see here. A statue of Leonidas marks the site, a powerful symbol of courage and sacrifice, but otherwise, it's literally just on the side of the highway. I'm a history nerd and 300 is one of my favourite movies, so this was an awesome experience for me, but otherwise, you might want to just push through to Athens if you don't need to stop.
Stranger, tell the Spartans that we lie here obedient to their word.
We return to Athens for one night before heading off to the islands tomorrow. This time, a bit more time to explore the grounds outside the Acropolis, the ancient Agora, Roman and the Greek, the Temple of Hephaestus and Monastiraki Square. From the mainland to magic, Santorini is everything the postcards promise. You could fly to Santorini, but I actually enjoyed the day's sail, sitting outside watching the islands float by. Ia and Thera are the two main towns on Santorini, and where you'll see the iconic white buildings and blue domed churches. Spend the day getting lost amongst the alleyways, marvelling at the views over the volcanic Caldera, and enjoy one of the most beautiful sunsets over the Aegean Sea. For wine lovers, Santorini is home to dozens of wineries, and you can do a tour or visit the Cave Wine Museum, where the wine is pressed and stored in underground caves. In the south of the island is Akrotiri, where you'll find an ancient Venetian castle and the ruins of Akrotiri, known as the Minoan Pompeii. Akrotiri dates back to 5000 BCE and was destroyed by a volcanic eruption in the 16th century BCE. The volcanic ash preserved the site, which is now open to the public. And one of the best ways to see Santorini is from the water. So head out for a day of sailing and enjoy the stunning views, the crystal clear blue water, and magical sunset on the sea. Our next stop is Paros, a relaxed island with traditional vibes and less crowds than Santorini or Mykonos. Paros almost feels like a miniature version of the more well-known islands, and I would have loved more time here to explore. If you've got the time, hire a car and explore the rest of the island. The north coast and the mountain villages are supposed to be amazing. The town of Parakia is easily walkable. From the Church of 100 Doors, the Frankish Castle, and the Archaeological Museum, Parakia feels like a cross-section of time across Greek history. And our final island destination is Mykonos. Iconic white buildings, turquoise waters, and a mix of ancient charm and modern buzz. Most people probably think of Mykonos as a party island, and if that's what you're after, then you're in luck. But if you're not, don't worry, there's still plenty to see and do. During the day, when the party crowds are sleeping off their hangovers, Mykonos is a charming island. Explore the Chora, Mykonos town, the windmills, Little Venice, and get lost in the maze of chic shops and tavernas. The absolute highlight of Mykonos for me was a day trip to the island of Delos. In fact, Delos was one of the highlights of my entire Greek trip. Delos is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and mythological birthplace of Artemis and Apollo. You can't stay on the island, so day trips are the only option, but I could have spent weeks exploring the ancient ruins. of an island so steeped in history, the site once rivaled Athens in glory. I recommend getting a guided tour, where you can explore the island without a guide. There aren't a lot of signs explaining what things are. Learning the history of the island definitely made it a lot more engaging. Hot tip, take snacks and water, and wind protection. The island is extremely exposed to the elements. And now back to Athens for the grand finale. I finally dove into the Acropolis, climbing up to the Parthenon, marbling at the temple built in the 5th century BCE to honour the goddess Athena. Below the Parthenon is the Acropolis Museum, where you can see a lot of original art, statues and frescoes from the Acropolis now stored in the museum for preservation. Get in early to avoid the crowds and the heat, and book ahead to avoid waiting in line for tickets and also entry. Mountains, myths, monasteries and the Mediterranean. Hope you enjoyed my Greek Odyssey. Whether you crave history, landscapes or just the best gyros you've ever tasted, Greece delivers at every turn. Greece was one of my favourite countries to visit. The history, the people, the food and of course the ouzo made Greece an unforgettable destination, one I'm sure I'll return to in the future. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and check out my other videos to see where else I've been exploring. Until next time, happy travels.